You always let Neil Oliver.
Hello and welcome to Part of the Bus, the podcast that talks everything Scottish football from up and down the country. Today, me and Mr. Ewan Armour have been given credentials to come and do the press conference here at Recreation Park, home of Darvel Football Club. We follow on from what was a giant Scottish Cup killing against Aberdeen about 2 weeks ago, and now we look forward to the next home tie against Falkirk on Monday night, which will be live on BBC cameras. Myself, Ewan and Andy have been given the pleasure of coming here at Recreation Park on Monday night to hopefully see another giant killing again. But today is going to be the press conference with Darvel manager Mick Kennedy, and it's certainly what's going to be Part of the Bus's first exclusive press conference as well. So looking forward to it. Let's get straight into the press conference, guys.
The players that this will be as tough a task, if not even tougher than the Aberdeen game.
I think it will be, because I think, knowing it, I think that Aberdeen were disrespectful anyway, but I think Falkirk will become fully prepared. I know they'll spend a lot of time this week and get prepared for it. And I know John's really focused on trying to get next round themselves, so yeah, I think it'll be a tougher task, definitely.
Just as well, you kind of talked about going out and playing attacking football. I think the last game was really, the way it panned out the game was a real vindication of that, would you say?
Of course, I've got a real strong belief in playing possession-based football. It's something that I've believed in for the first day I stepped into management. I stick to that 100%. I'd never navigate away from it, irrespective of who we got played against. And it was the same against Aberdeen. I think that was one of the reasons we had a real successful night. Playing Aberdeen, I think we had large spells of possession. We made a decision early on that we were only going to try and sit in and try and defend the box. We wanted to try and impose ourselves in the game, and we controlled large parts of it. And I think that was part of the process.
It's been for you since the Aberdeen game.
It's been a bit hectic. With business in Darvel, but kind of Darvel's taken over my business work just now. Unbelievable, and the amount of times that people have said, now we know where Darvel is. It's been amazing. Nobody knew where Darvel was before, but it's now famous for, the biggest upset in Scottish football.
Did the Aberdeen result take you by surprise?
Well, we all said, it'd be great if we could win, but we didn't realise the enormity of it, of actually beating them and what it would bring, where were you guys 3-4 years ago, you've never heard of Darvel, all of a sudden you are what a bit of us, and it's testimony to Michael and the players, the distance that we've come in the last few years. It's been great.
Just looking around the town there, there's a good support for you, that must be encouraging.
Yeah, it's been great, yeah. The ladies in particular are loving it, and they're all getting their hair done every day, and make sure in case the cameras pop into their shop, they'll get their hair and their makeup on every day. But they're all loving it. They're all loving it. The whole town's buzzing for it all, and it's there's people from Darvel who have never seen anything like this, and the elderly people who have never seen anything like this in their life, and it's great for them to see it. The only regret I've got is the Peter Orr who died 2 weeks before. But Peter was instrumental in bringing me to the club, and Peter was here every day of the week. A great character, and he died just before the Aberdeen game, so that's quite. I think he was looking down on us that night and saying, "Well done, guys,"
How confident are you can take the next step in this competition?
Well, there's talk about Darvel. Where could you go? Could you get up to as far as the Championship, things like that? But it's the romance of the Scottish Cup. It's definitely the one every season that everybody looks forward to, and we've been lucky enough to, well, up till now anyway, easy draws, this is the hardest draw we've had now, and I think Falkirk's well favourites for it. We'll just need to see how it goes on Monday night, but it's great. It's a great feeling. It's a fantastic feeling.
The atmosphere at the Aberdeen game was really special. It just must be brilliant for the club and the town that he's actually get to do it all over again.
Yeah, we were unlucky that that it was decided that there was too many people at the Aberdeen game and we had to cut the attendance a bit. But that's just part and parcel. I'm hopefully that if we get through to the next round, that and we're at home, we'll be able to put another 1,000 onto it. The last thing I want to do is take a game away from Darvel, but I think that's totally against the romance of the Scottish Cup sort of thing. It's got to stay in Darvel. Everybody wants it to be in Darvel. It's great. It's great. Everybody knows where Darvel is, as I said, But when it comes to these sort of things, this is very strange, because it was one man and his dog that was here, about 6-7 years ago, and now I'd like to think we'll have record season ticket sales next season, so it's building for the future. We have got a problem with the players' strips at the moment. We can't get replica strips, but that will all happen next season, and I'm sure there's people out with Darvel all over the country who are wanting to walk about now with a Darvel football strip on, so we're looking at it in the summer and to get the new strip launched, and we'll get our name further afield.
You touched on it there, so what do you think this cup and even to this point possibly beyond can do for the club's long-term future?
I think that the Scottish Cup is great money that comes into the club for it. It's going to do to the future. It's just going to. It's getting more sponsors on board than what we've ever had. As I said, the general managers had an easy job lately. But that's one thing I noticed in the sidelines. David's bringing these people in who were never heard of before, so they're now going to go with us on this journey. What can I say about that? Everybody talks about the park. All grass have come in. They've kept to their promise. It's one of the best parks. Outside the Premier League, I think it's one of the best, even if we were in the Premier League. So hats off to Allgrass for doing that to us. But it's the journey. Where are we going? Could we get to the final? I don't know. It's imagine Darvel in the cup final in May. So everybody would cancel their holidays in Darvel and say, "Oh, wait a minute, we're not going to Spain now. We're coming to the final."
No pressure on you there, mate.
No, no pressure at all.
We've all got to dream it. We dreamed about, beating Aberdeen. And it was the bookies started hammering from Darvel people, because they all put a couple of pound in 1-0 and a couple of pound for us to win, and they get great odds, and they were all laughing, and the pubs were open late that night. They were all spending their money after it. The pubs made in one day what they usually take in 3 weeks. So that's an example of what it meant to the whole town. Brilliant.
Just overall, how proud are you of the work that Michael, the players and the whole staff of the club from top to bottom have done? How proud of you?
How proud is Michael of me? What did you say?
Well, I don't know, that was the answer.
Me and Michael.
How proud are you of Michael, the players, and
since Michael's joined the club, we've talked about what we could do and how do we do it, and everybody's going, "Oh, look at them," We've had quite a bit of a roasting and social medias about different things about, it's all about the money, but you look at the football that's getting played out there. I've even heard other managers in senior football saying, yes, but it's their budget. It's their budget. We're a lot less than the second division budgets. We've got a budget. I gave Michael a budget for this division to get out of this division, and that's all we're looking at the moment. Get out of this league, get into the Lowland League, and then we'll take it from there to try and move up the Scottish leagues. So what can I say about Michael? And it's not just Michael; it's the players that he brings in. Michael's got they need to have a certain quality, and it's not just about on the park. It's off the park as well. But nice guys, not taking a huff when they're sitting on the bench, and that's quite important. It's a team game, and I feel sorry for the guys on the bench every week. But how do you change a winning team that's just beat Aberdeen? It just doesn't make sense. But we had to make changes last week, and we came away 5-0 winners. But that's all down to Michael, and the way I don't always agree with what he does. There is no doubt about that. But we got on well together, and he's smiling today because I've got my new jacket.
John, can I ask? So, with the prospect of obviously the Falkirk game on Monday night, if Darvel do get through this and head to the quarter final, there's every chance of, you know, taking Ayr United or Kilmarnock if they can get through their ties. What do you think that's going to do for football in Ayrshire and putting Ayrshire on the map in Scottish football, and especially with the way things are at Darvel at the moment, going through the leagues with every chance of getting into senior football in the next couple of years as well? What will that have an impact in Ayrshire for the country?
Well, I think it's the first time in about 100 years that there's been 3 Ayrshire teams in the 5th round of the Scottish Cup. And you know, there's only one team that everybody wants to spotlight on, and it's Darvel. I opened the local paper the other day there, and I was 4 pages in before I could see anything about Kilmarnock, which is very unusual. So you know, it is all it's all happening. You know, long may it continue, and there's only one way it's going to continue. It's if we beat Falkirk on Monday night. Can we beat them? Yes, I hope so. But for the long term, it's what was the last bit of the question there?
So what positive impact do you feel that it will bring to Ayrshire in terms of in Scottish football?
Well, I'm noticing it's not just people from Darvel that's coming to support us now. You know, it's further afield now, and I can see a positive thing in it. That it's £8 to get into our league games on a Saturday. Kilmarnock was away to Livingston last week, and it cost Kelly fans £26 to get in. You know, and you seen the football we played against Aberdeen. That's just every week, and people are coming here and saying. So when it comes to the summer, I can see the record season ticket sales. There's no doubt about that. And you know, I've got 2 Rangers fan mates who are £750 each for a Rangers season ticket, and they said no, they're coming here next season. So we've got all these fans, and it's not just people in Darvel. It's it's Newells, Galston, Kilmarnock, and further afield here. They're all want to come down and see what's all happening here.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Next.
It's actually quite a surreal feeling being here during the day, considering the last time we came it was at night, and we came in an hour and a bit before kick-off.
It's nice seeing the ground in all its glory during the day. You can feel and appreciate it a wee bit more when there's no bodies here either. You can be a bit more free.
Aye.
But no, it's nice. You can see the little improvements that have been made since the Aberdeen game.
Hey, you
Stuff
can see
like the QCS sponsor on top of the stand, and then obviously you've got the barrier around there. Of course, you've seen that from the BBC cameras.
Aye. So now, we were talking to Jordan about it, and it is no doubt who sponsors Darvel Football Club and who helped to organise the ground improvements.
The Pie Man and his empire.
Pie Man.
He's time, Paul.
I like the ability.
David, thanks very much for joining us for the interview. How are you feeling coming up to Monday night against Falkirk?
It's been a good occasion for the club, especially all the players are excited as well after a good result against Aberdeen. I think we've always had belief that we can win any game that we enter because we've got a good enough squad. We've got 21, 22 players that are more than fighting for the jersey the boys are playing. So the boys that are 11 and they start 11 are deserving to play every week. So it's a competitive squad.
Mix said in previous interviews, my colleague manager here, that he believes that the West of Scotland is the bread and butter, which, you know, fully respect that you're saying that. I think he's right. However, the way things are going for Darvel in the Scottish Cup, game away for a quarter final, and then you're talking about what sort of perspective does that hold for the players? The fact that you guys can create monumental history here, does that match up to what's the staple of the West of Scotland? Do you now have the same sort of belief in the Scottish Cup?
Not at all, because you have to. These teams are full time, and these teams are like should be ahead of us, really. But we've obviously had players like myself and a few others that have played at a real top level. Well, the majority of the team actually has played at a real high level. So we've got a belief against teams like this. And people say, like, players like us, why are we doing it at Darvel? Why are we here? Well, look at the pitch, look at the changing rooms, look at everything else. It's not just about everybody says I'm here for the money. For me, I'm the opposite. I could earn money elsewhere and probably a wee bit more than. But look at the surface, look at the changing rooms, look at the players you're with, look who the manager is, look who everything around about you is, and it's a fantastic place to be. Not just being a player at a standard SPL club, hating the travel, it's just a lovely family here, and everybody's happy and everybody's delighted to be here. There's no big egos saying I should be playing. There's no, but yeah, obviously players have to demand they have to play. If they want to play and progress their career, they have to move on. But at the end of the day, it's a good family. There's nobody falling out that if somebody's ahead of somebody, and you know what I mean. It's not like that. It's one a unique club, to be honest.
That was a great answer. No, I mean, touching on quite a few things from what you just said there. Obviously, I think this result as well, we've seen previous results like this with the likes of Talbot, who, you know, have knocked out bigger boys in the senior leagues from the cup games. You said yourself as well, you've obviously taken, you know, I feel like it's a harsh thing to say, taking a step down, because with the ambition of the club and going forward, you know, you guys obviously have that sense of belief that Darvel can make it in the senior leagues. Do you think that being here, you as a club have a lot more ambition than the likes of some of the clubs that are in the senior leagues and struggling in League 2 as well?
Well, it's different. It's different perspective for clubs, because this club is wanting to progress further and further. Clubs want to survive, and that shouldn't be the case. And that's why I always, when I kind of came to this level, I said, I see if you put all your money and put all your support and put all your businesses into this thing, into a kind of club at this level, you'll get the media, you'll get you guys, you'll get Sky, and it'll all come together, and you'll make triple the amount of whatever you want, publicity, money, anything. You have to spend to get money back. And clubs at this level as well have got the self-belief of just staying where they are and comfortable where they are, which there's probably big huge clubs at this level of football that are capable of going to the championship. But
definitely.
They're just secure in what they're doing. They're getting their youth and they're paying their players, and everybody's happy, which it shouldn't be the case. It should be how can we go further? How can we go further? But that's where the SPFL need to come into it and put a structure league into it and put a tiered league, because at the end of the day, who wants to travel to Elgin for Darvel? Who wants to travel to Peterhead for Darvel? It should be regional picked teams, and then when you've won that, it should be like a playoff thing, and it should be all fixed and functional to go forward. It should be all thought of for fans as well. Most importantly, it's all about the fans. It's all about, as Mick says, £8 to watch a game of football. It's bizarre. Going to East Fife to pay £20 to watch East Fife and Stirling Albion. You have to pay £50 to travel.
Yeah, no.
So that game's going to cost you £100.
Yeah, exactly. Well, David, that was a couple of absolutely tremendous answers. I think you're probably speaking highly of what a lot of Scottish football fans think as well. But no, that was.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a supporter of football. That's why we play football. Because you're all supporters of football.
Yeah,
want to be best you can.
But all the best for Monday for the Falkirk game. It's nerves around the club, nerves around the team, or are you quite confident about this fixture coming up?
I think we're quite confident. I think there's always nerves here now with the situation we're in, where we're progressing for the league as well and we're sitting at the top of the table, so there's always nerves and that pressure under doing well, do you know what I mean? And I think the whole hype with Aberdeen's just gave us that extra boost as well going into this round.
Yeah, Mick's obviously said himself about, you know, Falkirk are probably going to set up in such a way that they're going to come not feeling intimidated after the result, sort of Aberdeen and stuff like that. How do you feel that you guys are going to sort of handle that? Because Falkirk might be coming here with a bit more intensity, a bit more sort of assertiveness after that result against Aberdeen. Do you think the players will still be able to carry on from what was a major cup upset against Aberdeen and take that into the Falkirk game?
I think so. I think the boys are good enough to handle the pressure, and there's a lot of boys that have played at higher level and against Falkirk as well, so I think they'll relish that sort of pressure. I don't think we're going to worry about that sort of situation. I think we'll just take it to the chin and we'll try and play the way we normally play. There's no difference of who we're playing, whether it's, like you say, it was Aberdeen or whether it's a team in the league. There's no difference.
for yourself on a personal level, how did it feel getting the goal that was against Aberdeen and being the man that's put his name in the spotlight? How did that feel in terms of where your career is and going forward as well?
It's a bit overwhelming. Still not really like sunk in that sense. So I mean, I've watched it back a couple of times and I get the wee butterflies and that when you see it. But for myself, I'm at the more older spectrum. Do you know what I mean? I'm nearly at the end of my career, so it's a good one to maybe finish off with if I'm only got a couple of years left. So it'll be enjoyable.
Well, I mean, 30 years of age, still a young man. Obviously, you've got plenty of experience playing at senior level, being at clubs like St Mirren, Alloa, and now you've taken that sort of step into the lower leagues and came to Darvel. How have you found that experience from playing at professional level, being in the senior leagues to coming here? Is the training still the same? Is the intensity still the same? Do you feel that quality is quite the same as well for these teams?
I feel that was one of the main reasons that I, in a respect, went down the levels, is because this team have got boys in there, as you've seen in the Aberdeen game. There's a lot of talent in this team and there's a lot of competition. So that sense of moving down wasn't really the thought process. And more got to a team and the managers like pitching on, pushing through the leagues and making a bit of history, the same way like Cove and that have done it in their leagues. So it's more that drive to get in this team and do what we can do and get through the leagues.
And do you feel that with playing with Darvel and the team that you have around you, do you feel that you guys are good enough to get into that step in the lower league and push through into the seniors as well, while also adding this miraculous cup run?
Yeah, I think you have to believe that. You know what I mean? There's no point in us being here, and I don't think the manager would allow that if there was boys here that didn't believe that. So it's a good group core, do you know what I mean? And everybody's pushing everybody to get into the low and then push ourselves as high as we can.
Brilliant. Well, Jordan, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, mate.
All the best on Monday against Fulham. So I'm here with Jordan. Jordan, do you want to give us your official title at the club, please, mate?
I'm Jordan Rennie, I'm media officer at Darvel.
Brilliant. So, how have you found the job since you've been here?
It's been great, challenging in the last couple of months, but so it's been great just being part of the club and coming down here. You've obviously seen all the facilities and everything. It's a great place to come and watch football, a great place to play at. So
I think much like obviously conversations off camera with us as well, you know, you're a genuine guy, you're like myself and you as well, you're just a genuine football fan. What sort of experiences is this like for you, like the Scottish Cup, doing this sort of thing? How do you feel that you deal with that pressure, and also the club as well, the team, the manager? How do you feel all you guys deal with that sort of pressure of taking Aberdeen here and hosting them, now Falkirk on Monday?
I think that, I mean, obviously having a discussion back to you off camera, I'm very similar to you guys in the sense that before this I didn't know really much about what this being involved in this competition would be and whatnot. So for me, it's me coming from an outside position into what is essentially a professional setup. So from that respect, it's been very different than other groups. Listen, I would love to say yes, but it's going to be difficult, and it's obviously going to be a challenge.
Definitely.
We'll see what yeah, exactly, and I think that expectation levels have obviously grown on the club in the last couple of weeks, and people probably be expecting us to beat Falkirk a wee bit more, but listen, it's still going to be a difficult game. Falkirk are playing well. Probably that's the difference between Aberdeen and them, is that Aberdeen are in bad, not so great form, and whereas Falkirk are obviously flying high and competing and trying to get in the championship. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult game. But, yeah, there's full confidence in the squad and plenty of belief in the manager and everybody around the club. So hopefully give them a good game.
Yeah, no, Jordan, thank you very much.
There we are, Recreation Park. It looks absolutely mobbed already.
And it's what,
Is that just
5:30?
stewards? Is that just stewards? Aye, it must just be stewards.
Stewards and bowlers.
Right. That's because again the Falkirk fans will make an area
The bugger vans are back.
an atmosphere.
Alright.
Wonder how much John's put the price up on.
With the LED scores, they were there before, eh? Obviously we didn't see them.
What about?
The LED fucking... Right, look. See that?
They were definitely not there before.
I didn't think they were, eh?
No.
Was there before?
The electronic advertisement boards. In fact, they're only.
What about the Falkirk team buses here?
Hello, guys, and welcome to Park the Bus, the Scottish football podcast that talks everything up and down the country. And this time we're going across the country through to Ayrshire to watch Darvel v Falkirk. I'm Ewan, the man behind the camera, the man with the face for the radio. So in front of the camera we've got Mr. Andy Dixon.
Alright.
And we've got Mr. Kieran Hunter, aka Neil Oliver.
Good evening, once again from Recreation Park.
Yes.
How are we doing tonight, boys?
We're good. Here we are.
Yes.
Looks good. It's nice and empty. It's not going to be empty like this very soon.
I think we made the good judgment call coming from Edinburgh to come through early today. Luckily all three of us managed to get the day off work.
Yeah.
So, and now again, following on from the press conference when me and Ewan were here, we got the opportunity to walk around the ground when it was empty, and now we can sort of take it in again, can't we, Ewan?
Yeah,
and now Andy's getting a wee taste of it as well.
Yeah, so basically I'm just getting...
So now following on from the draw and the post reaction, we've now just taken a wee bit of time just to let the ground sink in and gather our thoughts on tonight's game for Darvel versus Falkirk at Recreation Park in the last 16 in the Scottish Cup. With the tie of a potential of Darvel playing Ayr United at home, you're gonna you've now got three Ayrshire teams in the quarter final, with a possibility there in the first time of having three Ayrshire teams in the quarter finals of the Scottish Cup in over 100 years. We're now going to talk about tonight's game a wee bit more because the excitement's still running through us a wee bit, I think more so me. Andy, what's your score predictions for the night?
I don't know what state I'm standing. Obviously we're standing up near the away end, as you can see. We've got that's all on board now. It was just flagged the last time we were here. Cameras are getting set up for the nice fancy scoreboard we're already. Blacklisters getting its money's worth of the advertising as well, but I think it is going to be 2-1 Falkirk, I will be honest. I hope not. I generally hope not. I hope the dream continues, especially now that I've seen that tie. Ayr United basically here, because it'll be another cracking game, but I don't know if Falkirk just maybe got enough to it, a wee bit too much tonight, I think.
I think the big difference between this game and the Aberdeen game is that Darvel couldn't have got Aberdeen at a better time.
Yeah.
And Falkirk are very strong. They've been flying in the league, putting up a chase for the title against Dunfermline. But however, I still believe that the best thing about this draw is that it was before tonight's game, because I think Darvel are going to look at that and they're going to go, right, okay, let's put more fight into this, and I think it's going to be 1-1 and Darvel are going to win on penalties.
And we'll barely make my work in the morning because God knows what time we're getting back to.
And I'll definitely be falling at 6, I'll be on it.
I'm not too sure myself. I'm hoping that Darvel can go through it. Do I think Falkirk are in much better form than what Aberdeen were? Yes. Falkirk obviously don't have a better team than Aberdeen, but at the same time, form and momentum matter a lot more than sometimes than what the actual team is. I mean, we've seen that last time we came here. Darvel, they're flying in the league. They're top of the league. Yeah, Auchinleck have about 4 games in hand over them, but it's still, if Auchinleck win all their games, it still leaves 1 point in it in the league. So I'm kind of going with Kieran. I think it'll be a draw, and I think it'll go to extra time.
Might not get to 10.
Don't ask me about what's going to happen, because you never know. The Falkirk players might get a bit more tired playing on grass compared to the synthetic plastic pitch.
Can we take a second and just admire how good that pitch is?
We'll go and try and zoom in right now. I don't know if you can actually get it.
You talk about the standard of the pitches. I mean, we've had plenty of debates about them before, but I think being an AstroTurf man myself, coming from a club that has it, that surface is like wow. that's better than Premiership standard. That when you think about the clubs that are in the Premiership that have horrendous grass pitches,
you look at any team in the Premiership right now, and I'm not going to lie, this is probably better than all of them.
No, that's exactly what I mean. It's better than Premiership. Because
I think the only SPFL team I could think of is maybe Stirling Albion. It was decent bit, but they've been renowned for their pitch over the years. So
do you know as well, touching on it, remember how Brecon have always been praised for their pitches, and their groundsman doing all his sort of work and the fancy patterns and stuff. but this is just it's like velvet. I think hopefully the camera can get a good perspective of that, but being here in person, it's brilliant. And as Andy said as well, and Ewan's touched on it, the ground is looking really, really good. You know, we've seen a wee bit of that when we came to the press conference on Saturday, and it's just what a ground and what a view for up here at the away end as well. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
By the way.
Hi John, nice to meet you again. And
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
Yes.
So just quick reaction on the draw. What's your feelings on it?
You know, what incentive to win tonight, you know, to another home tie and an Ayrshire derby with many good friends that are Ayr United fans, and they've already been texting me saying, and we need tickets for the next round, so we hope you win tonight. So we'll see what happens. Even the United chairman's been texting me to say, John, what a game this will be. You know, Ayrshire derby, quarter final of the cup up in the small town of Darvel, but it's going to be great. There's only one thing, there is no way I'll buy a half and half scarf with Darvel and Ayr United.
Actually, not a chance.
No, and I said to you at the press conference, John, that, you know, how do you feel what this will impact Ayrshire in Scottish football?
Yeah,
we're having 3 Ayrshire teams in the quarter final.
Yeah,
and now you know, with the potential, and now we could have an Ayrshire derby in the quarter final.
You know,
it's really putting it on the map. And what sort of bite is this going to give to the club?
We're all positive about tonight. You know, you've got to be in there. I don't know if you've been in the dressing rooms yet. It's got wee postcards up on every player's station, and it's got believe, believe, and that when Michael Stock tonight said to them, "Come on, guys, look at this. We get 2 home games to win to get to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. Let's start tonight. Let's do it tonight, and then we'll take care of what's to come after that."
Absolutely. And just quickly, how do you feel tonight? Do you think this is it? This is, as Mick said, this is destiny for Darvel?
Well, you know, we've had our cup final. We beat Aberdeen. But nobody can take that away from us. You know, and it will be in the history books forever. So this is an added bonus tonight. Can we beat Falkirk? Let's hope so, and we'll see what happens.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, teams for Falkirk Andy first. We'll go with the visitors first of all, so they're 4-2-3-1 apparently, so it's PJ Morrison in goals. You've got Rowe, McGinn, Henderson, Donaldson, Callum Morrison, Aidan Nisbet, McCann, Oliver, Mackay and Kennedy. That is your team for the visitors. And Darvel again is going to be 4-2-3-1. Is Chris Truesdale goals. You've got Edie, Meggett, McShane, Kirkpatrick, Riley, Meakin, Moore, McGowan, Craig Truesdale. They're not brothers, we got that mixed up the last time,
Aye.
and Ross Caldwell. So, thoughts on that, Kieran?
Again, it's like the Aberdeen game when Aberdeen started their strongest team. Falkirk are doing the exact same. So they know again that Darvel are no mugs. I feel like I'm saying the same thing as I did before the Aberdeen game. Falkirk have brought their strongest team.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really going to go for the jugular. But however, Darvel also not really made much changes there from the Aberdeen game in the Scottish Cup. And as you said, given the draw, I think Darvel are going to have a bit more fight about them. And certainly with that starting 11, I think they will. And yeah, took both the strongest teams were in for a good game of football.
Best part in Scotland, that's alright, mate, with that, it's fine. Come on, Darvel! Come on, Darvel! Come on, Darvel! It's inside there, number 11. Take a touch! Oh! Stop here! Hey, in the box! Go! In the box! Come on, Darvel!
Lead away. Need to there.
Good! 1, 2. Off! Take them out! Offside! Yeah! Darvel! Oh, who's won the ball?
Good one. Keep it away.
Oh! How's he saved that?
I think that's that, don't you worry. Sorry for missing the second goal, Cammy, but
just make sure, Yes! Yes! Oh!
took it away for the goal.
Gotcha! Oh! That's Callum Morrison.
Just like that, 1 minute to go, it's Andy's favourite scoreline.
And there we have it. Just fine. Honestly, 5-1. Tuesday looks like it's saved that extra man called the pan. Actually, the difference now. Since Magowan got sent off, that's it. Really, and that's it. Darvel 1, 5-1. The game's over. Then the Scottish Cup, as of the next round, Scotland. YouTuber in Scottish football. A big thank you to Sam North from Footy Adventures joining us tonight. Sam, just a quick word on the game. What's your thoughts?
I thought Darvel were unlucky on the game itself. Falkirk were brilliant on the night, I thought, but the red card really changed things. When it was 2-1, it looked like Darvel were going to go and equalise and then maybe even get a third and then actually go and win it, but the red card changed things, and then obviously Falkirk scored straight after the red card. When it's 3-1, it's then 4-1, it's 5-1. I don't think the score necessarily reflects the game as such. Falkirk were good, but I feel for Darvel.
Yeah. And in terms of Darvel Football Club, what the media coverage that's came out of this and put in Ayrshire on a map, do you think that the officials are going to have a look at this and think we really need to start opening up a pyramid system for clubs like Darvel and even in the east of Scotland as well, because you see so much good positive progression from the junior clubs. We've got a lot more ambition than what you're seeing in some senior clubs. Do you think they need to scope, we need to reconsider the pyramid system?
I'd like to hope so, but then again I think that decision is also up to some of the clubs that are in those high positions anyway, so will they really vote on it and potentially lose their place for clubs that are up and coming? Yeah. It's obviously quite a hot topic in Scottish football. I'd love to see it opened up. You'd love to see it opened up. I think every fan and person involved with it would like to see it opened up. It would breathe fresh air into the league, but until the ones with the cast of vote actually do anything about it, it probably won't change, which is really sad because they're missing a trick and it would make the product much better overall.
Yeah, definitely. In the quarter-finals now, we've got 4 teams that are in there that are not in the top flight. Yeah. So it really has opened it up and it's making it quite tasty. Who do you think is going to get the hand in the quarter-finals?
Well, everyone's been talking about a potential Ayrshire derby semi-final at Hampden Park. That would be pretty good. Ayr United, Killy. I know you're a Kilmarnock, you're a Killy man, so you'd quite like to see that, I'm sure. But possibly an old firm semi-final as well. Who knows? We shall see. It'd be great to see some championship or maybe Falkirk teams getting up there and doing well.
Definitely. Well, Sam, listen, thank you for all the work that you do with Scottish football and advertising it and the great coverage that you've always done. And thank you for being on the podcast.
Yeah, Blair McNally. Blair, thanks for joining us, mate.
No worries at all.
Blair, you want to tell us what you do on YouTube and stuff like that?
So I travel around, I review the match experience at football clubs. I try and show the atmosphere, try and get in amongst it and try and show a different perspective to many other YouTubers.
And you've came very fast and up and coming in the YouTube world as well.
Thank you very much.
You've become a very familiar face.
Yeah,
I'm quite an annoying face, quite an annoying voice, but listen, I do my best. I try, and do you know what, the work you guys have been doing, I've already said it to you, it's brilliant. It's hard work, people don't see it, the behind the scenes, they're sitting up to 8 o'clock in the morning editing. It's not an easy task, but listen, I love it. Do you know what? Unfortunately, nights like tonight we weren't able to do it, but the last round, Darvel v Aberdeen, I mean, it was crazy, wasn't it? So.
How do you feel that Falkirk are going to fare up in the next round against Ayr United?
I think it'll be a very good tie, very good, because Ayr United, they've been free scoring obviously, Akinyemi, and then Falkirk, you seen tonight, they didn't even have Burrell on the park. I think that, I went and seen them earlier in the season, he was a star player, so I think it's going to be a very, very good tie. I can't give you a score prediction for that one. I might even be at it, so who knows?
And as Darvel, as a football club, where does this put Darvel on the map? Are we going to see Darvel now push for promotion, and do you think we're going to see them in the senior leagues pretty soon?
Darvel, look around you. Darvel are not a West Scotland Football League team. They will be League One at least in the next 5 years, mark my words. Mick Kennedy, I was just speaking to him there, and he's obviously a bit deflated, but he just said to me, I just said to him, sorry, you'll need to edit that part out.
Not a chance, you are not that professional.
I just said to him, you've done what nobody else has done. That was the biggest Scottish football result in history, do you know? Yeah. So Darvel need to take what they can from this and move on, but I know they will be getting promotion this year. Hopefully they beat Talbot, and then we'll see what happens if they can win the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, keep up the amazing work.
Thank you
keep
very much. Guys,
John, thank you very much for joining us again.
Yes.
Just what's your thoughts?
It's been a fantastic journey, you know. It's not all about just tonight's game, you know. It's the whole journey that we've been on from the very first game. It was a Haddington the first game in the preliminary round, and then, you know, moving on for that with Tynecastle, you know, we're going to Montrose and winning was a great weekend, you know. 5-2, and of course, you know, Aberdeen put Darvel on the map. But you know, we've got a big league campaign in front of us now, you know, and we need to really concentrate on that. It's like the walking wounded, Darvel coming out tonight, we've had so many injuries and that. But it's a great journey we've been on, and just we'll continue now into the league and try and get out this league and into the playoffs.
Yeah. And how important is it for Darvel now to get promoted into the...
Well, that's everybody's aim, it's not just us, you know, there's us, there's Bees, there's Falkirk, Talbot, Pollock, Clydebank, you know, they could all get a say in it all yet, so it's not done and dusted by a long way. There's a lot of big games still to come, so you know, we'll dust ourselves down, look forward to Saturday, and then next Wednesday we're at home again against Hurlford. So we'll see what happens in these next 2-3 games, and we'll take it from there.
And finally, John, you know, we've seen another sellout tonight, great crowd, we're getting fans from all over Scotland coming to this game. How do you keep that going? How do you keep bringing the fans back? How do you keep that attraction? Is it from the team on the park? Is it from what you guys are doing in the background?
Yeah, I think everybody's seen now, that's 2 games in telly that, you know, we are a good outfit, you know. Falkirk was just far too strong for us tonight, it's just one of these things, you know. But we'd like to think that we've made quite a lot of new fans in the last few weeks, and they'll all come back and support us come the end of the season when we're going to be battling for this league title.
Absolutely. John, thank you very much again.
Yes, guys.
Well, guys, that's us back in the car, ready to drive home. I'm Mr. Driver for today, first time on camera today as well.
Yes.
Sadly, Darvel couldn't do it today. I mean, they weren't at it. Falkirk were just much better prepared.
Yeah.
Compared to what Aberdeen were. The team in form. What do we think going forward for the Scottish Cup? There's definitely going to be at least one core league team in the semi-finals.
Everybody will want.
Actually, it's more likely guaranteed 2 normally second tier sides.
2 Inverness to
Inverness has pretty much got a bye for the next round.
That's true.
Who are they playing again? Are they playing Ayr? No, they're playing the second string Ayr team.
Hearts, obviously. Hearts come on. Hearts Celtic at home. Yay. and Rangers have got Raith Rovers.
Raith Rovers. Another home tie for the Rangers.
Yes, so there we are. So that's how it's going to go. Unfortunately, the dream is over. Memories aren't of it. Memories are still there. Darvel are now going to look towards getting into the Lowland League. We're definitely going to be back here. We'll probably even see them at Prestonfield as well. And it's been an absolute pleasure, an absolute treat. I've really enjoyed myself. How about yourselves?
Yeah, absolutely loved it.
I've loved it. I think a lot of things that we said is that just for personal experiences, we are just three guys, and then Cammy, who's deciding to pick up overtime. But so 3 out of 4 is no bad. But we are just genuine football fans who are mates, particularly who love Scottish football, and this is how far it's got us. It's been the best experience I've ever had in 17 years of following football. In these 2 games that we've got it, me and you were saying that we were absolutely buzzing walking away on Saturday from the press conference, and now we've done this again tonight. It's not worked out for Darvel. 5-1 I still believe flatters them a lot, and they were hard done by with the sending off. But you know what? Credit goes to Falkirk. They've really changed that team around, and fair play. And I think the Falkirk fans deserve that after what's been such a torrid time for quite a wee while now. Yeah. But as we say, we've got 4 teams that are not in the top flight who are in the quarter final, which makes it really interesting. And yeah, roll on the next round for more recording, guys.
Yep, definitely. So thank you very much for everybody that has taken the time to watch this blog today. Hopefully you have went on our channel, hit like and subscribe. If you do like what you've seen there, we do have our podcasts on all our available streaming sites. Now, we have actually more exciting news as well. It would have been amazing if Darvel had won the night and we could have really announced that. But part of the Bus Football Podcast, we have now got an association with a sponsor. Now that sponsor, yes, indeed it is. Now,
bring on the sponsors.
Now that sponsor is called Starnart. Now they are an independent fashion brand from Scotland. Now all their high quality stuff and its attire is for on and off the terraces. It's inspired by the terrace culture, lifestyle and music. All of the clothing is designed using quality materials and workmanship to combine the very best in style and fit. And as you're a podcast listener or viewer, you can get yourself 10% off by going onto the website and using Part the Bus Pod as a promo code as well. So please go and have a wee look, get yourself something. Some of their stuff is really nice. It has been really quite recent, or I would have probably had some stuff on the day as well. So I will be going on that to get some taken advantage. So be prepared, check our socials, you'll get more information, and there'll be more to come for that as well. So thank you very much for everyone that's viewed this podcast. Thank you for Ewan for bringing us through. Thank you to Kieran for everything that he's done.
Mr. Interviewer.
And thank you very much to Darvel, Jordan, John, everybody for their time that they've given us over the last 3-4 weeks we're doing these games. And we'll see you soon.
So it's a bye for me.
And it's a bye for us.